Beatlemania has bitten the dust. London calling, see we ain't got no swing except for the rain and the truncheon thing. The ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in. Meltdown expected, the wheat is going thin. Engines stop running.
The Sky Garden is London's highest public garden. The garden is a free space to visit, but tickets and reservations are needed. The views from each side are impressive. The endless cityscape captured my eye for some time.
But I have no fear, 'cause London is drowning. I live by the river.
Amazing to think these walls are from Roman times.
Forget it, brother, you can go it alone. London calling to the zombies of death. Quit holding out and draw another breath. London calling, and I don't want to shout, but while we were talking, I saw you nodding out. London calling, see we ain't got no hide, except for that one with the yellowy eyes. The ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in, engines stop running, the wheat is going thin, a nuclear error. But I have no fear, 'cause London is drowning. I live by the river.
I visited a neighborhood known as Whitechapel. The area is famous for being the former haunt of Jack the Ripper. I did not look for any victims, but street art was my quarry. York is a small city in northern England whose history spans over 2,000 years, beginning as a Roman fortress and evolving into a significant Viking capital and then a medieval city. I certainly enjoyed walking on top of the city walls, mostly built in the 13th century. The York Minster is one of the largest and most magnificent Gothic cathedrals in Northern Europe, with a rich history dating back to the 7th century. Welcome! Here we are on the start of Hadrian's Wall Way, mile 0, step 0. I'll share more about Hadrian's Wall later, but we're going to be following mostly roads today, so hopefully we get some picturesque views, even though it might be a little noisy. Hello! Still on day 1, so today we're walking 16 miles. It's a good start. So We had a nice night in Hadrian on the Wall, and we're gonna walk to Clowerford and stay in the George Hotel. Not too much elevation gain. Uh, Might rain this afternoon or drizzle, but right now I'm enjoying some nice blue sky. Hadrian's Wall marked the northern boundary of the Roman Empire in Britain. It was constructed in the early 2nd century during Emperor Hadrian's reign. The wall spanned about 73 miles from Solway Firth to the North Sea. It was built to regulate entry into and out of the Roman lands to the south, more than a defensive wall. There were a series of forts known as mile castles along the length of the wall for military and trade purposes. These were located about every mile for the whole length. Good morning! Welcome to day 2 on the Hadrian's Wall path. Today we're walking about 12 miles. I believe rain starts at 5, so it should be a dry day. We're ending our day in a place called the Twice Brewed Inn, which sounds very intriguing. We're going to be passing a couple Roman forts, so look forward to showing you those as we make our way across the countryside. As I walked, the emptiness of the land was heavy, and I kept imagining what it would have been like to be stationed here at the end of the empire, far away from Italy. The similarities to the Ice Wall, the Night's Watch, and the Game of Thrones was very apparent. Hi, and welcome to day 3 on the Hadrian's Wall Way. So the last 2 days I walked 16 miles and 13 miles, so that's 29. And I guess I have, about 20 left to go for the rest of the trip. So over halfway, so that's great. I have only 9 miles today, so it's a short day. We are on the highest point here on Hadrian's Wall Way. Here's the telegraph, part of the survey system. And they say it's supposed to be sunny. So as you can see, here's a fine example of a British sunny day. All right, we'll see you soon. Although the full walk is 84 miles, I walked 55 miles to fit my schedule. Hadrian on the Wall to Carlisle. They call it the best of Hadrian's Wall. Good morning and welcome to day 4 on the Hadrian's Wall Way. So we have about 8 miles today, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's blue sky. Wow, I was not expecting such a rare treat, but that's gonna mean it's gonna be sunny all day. So I guess we get to enjoy a nice sunny day. Maybe there'll be stars out tonight. I'll look for those later. Well, 8 miles, mostly flat. Shouldn't take very long. We'll see you along the way. and welcome to day 5 on the Hadrian's Wall Way. So, I have 11 miles to go, just started. It's about 9 a.m. It's a bit breezy today, so I am looking forward to having the refrigerator back on. Pretty flat today, shouldn't take too long, but I look forward to stretching my legs and finishing the first part of my journey. Well, we'll see you along the way. With my last few steps into the city of Carlisle, I finished my walk along Hadrian's Wall. 5 walking days and 55 miles seemed like both forever and a blink of an eye. I am so lucky to have spent time with this World Heritage Site. It is pretty amazing that so much of the wall and mile forts remain after nearly 2,000 years. Tomorrow is a rest day, in which laundry is the top priority. Here we are at the start of the coast to coast. Technically I start tomorrow, but the weather might be too bad to come down here and I might have to take a shortcut. But 190 miles, look forward to the walk. Here's the stone. They say you should pick up a stone and carry it across the country. So here we go. Mile 0, step 0, and away we go. The Coast to Coast Walk was devised by Alfred Wainwright in 1973. It follows public rights-of-way, footpaths, minor roads, permissive paths, and through access land. Wainwright's route begins in the village of St. Bees on the Irish Sea. It then crosses the Lake District National Park, the Pennine Mountain Range, the Yorkshire Dales National Park, the North York Moors National Park, and then reaches the North Sea coast at the village of Robin Hood's Bay. Good morning! Welcome to day 2 of the Coast to Coast. So I'm standing here at Emmerdale Water. This is a 14-mile day, and if you just see in the distance, there's a big craggy rock, and I gotta go over that. So I'll be following this lake, Emmerdale Water, for about 7 miles, and slowly gaining elevation until I get to the end and go through a lovely valley, and then up and over. All right, see you along the way. September of 2023, Ellen and I read an article in the Smithsonian Magazine. It was titled, "A Walk Across England." The article talked about Wainwright, his love for the fells of the Lake District, the walk itself, and the walk the author took. It opened our eyes about walking in England. One day, we said, we should do this walk. So, starting out, a little cloudy, a little rainy perhaps. I got about 8 miles today, 2,000 feet of elevation gain. So it's another one of those knots like I crossed yesterday. If the rain holds out, it should be beautiful. If the rain comes, I am all kitted out, so I'll just deal with it. 8 miles isn't too bad. We'll see you along the way. Welcome to day 4 of the Coast to Coast path. Exciting day yesterday. I hope you enjoyed all the videos. Rainy, cloudy, drizzly, foggy. Good day. Today is another 8-mile day, another 2,000 feet of elevation change, and look, it is blue sky. So I'm super excited for that. Not too hot, not too cold. And as you can see, I'm in another lovely part. Oh, road closed. Look forward to sharing the trail today. Welcome to day 5. I have 11 or 12 miles and going over a big hill, so it should be exciting, fun, straight up. And it's really only a half mile from now, so it's early start to the rise. Anyway, look forward to seeing what today has to offer. on day 6 of the Coast to Coast Trail. Today is about 12 miles and glorious flatness, as you can see. We are here in the valley, and so not too much elevation gain, so I should make some good miles. And yeah, it'll be a good change from the hills, although I will miss them, I'm sure, in a few days. Great, get on afoot. Day 7, Coast to Coast Trail. So today we're doing about 12 miles, a little more, and it's hot. It's hot already at 8 a.m. So I'm gonna keep this short and just press on. And there's thunder showers coming. So take care, bye. Hello to my past self. Here we are at Ravenstone Moor, and 2 years ago I said hello to my future self here. So I'm saying hello to my past self. It's great. Hello. Good morning and welcome to day 8 of the Coast to Coast Path. So we have about 11 and a half miles and we do have some elevation. We're going over the 7 standards, which should be pretty interesting. My breakfast pals just told me I'll be introduced to the famous British peat bog. So let's see how it is. Look forward to seeing it. Possible rain today, but it's cooler. It is so much cooler. It is so refreshing. All right, take care. Good morning and welcome to day 9 to the Coast to Coast Trail. We only have 11 miles today and I'm taking the low road. The low road follows the river through the valley of Swaledale. This is James Harriet country. So all things, all creatures great and small. So as you can see, it's partly cloudy day, but quite windy. So that's why I'm avoiding the high. All right, see you along the way. Welcome to day 10 of the Coast to Coast Path. We have 10 miles today, a little bit of elevation, about 1,200 feet up and 1,700 feet down. It's raining, but that should only last for a little bit. Anyway, enjoy the view. Hi, and welcome to day 11 of the Coast to Coast Path. Today was 22 and a half miles, but yesterday on my rest day, I did a 6-7 mile walk to kind of cut down some of the miles. So right now I just started, it's 8 a.m. and I have about 15.5 miles. Look forward to a nice flat day. Hello, good morning. Welcome to day 12 to the Coast to Coast Trail. Today is 12 miles, but it looks like there's about 3,000 feet of elevation gain and 25 feet of elevation loss. I get my first transfer of the trip tonight, so I have to meet my taxi at 3 o'clock. But we're going over the Wayne Stones, so we'll see you along the way. Hi, welcome to day 13 of the Coast to Coast. I have 16 miles and today I get to walk on this beautiful moorland pretty much all of the 16 miles. I have a taxi at 4, so I really don't have a lot of time. Only 8 hours to get there, actually 7.5. So here we go. So I'm taking a cutoff and it saves me like there's the grouse. It saves me 2 miles. There it is. There's the North Sea. Thought I could see a fishing boat. Yeah, pretty amazing. Good morning, day 14. So I have an 8-mile day, which seems pretty short, but there's about 1,500 feet of elevation gain in one big hill. So, it's pretty good. I'm feeling great. It's supposed to be warm today, and I am staying on an actual working farm tonight. So look forward to that and meeting the farmer and chatting. Okay, we'll see you along the way.
My young love said to me, my mother won't mind, and my father won't spite you for your lack of kind. And she stepped away from me, and this she did say, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. She stepped away from me, and she moved through the fair.
Welcome to day 15 of the Coast to Coast Path. Today is my last day. A little bittersweet. Look forward to seeing the sea and finishing in Robin Hood's Bay. It's 11 miles, not too much elevation gain. I have my pebble in the back of my pack that I've been carrying over, and I will toss it in the sea. Had a wonderful time at the intake farm, and look forward to the conclusion. See ya.
And fondly I watched her go here and go there, and she went her way homeward with one star away, as the swan in the evening moved over the lake. The people were saying that no two were wed, but one has a sorrow that never was said. And I smiled as she passed me with her goods and her gear, and that was the last that I saw of my dear.
190 miles. I made it across coast to coast. Here we are, 16 days later, standing at Robin Hood's Bay. I have my pebble that I've carried all the way across the country. So now we put my toes in the water and I toss the pebble. So here we go. One pebble, carried 190 miles, coast to coast. There we go. What a great accomplishment. That's it. I'm signing off for another successful UK walk. 2 actually. I didn't do a good conclusion on the Hadrian's Wall path, but it's been a great month. Back to London tomorrow, and then back home thereafter. Thanks for coming along.
I dreamt it last night.